In this new segment of Advisor Revelations, the DPL team will discuss how to evaluate new solutions and address current challenges and the strategies that can help you grow your firm and AUM.
Welcome to the Advisor Revelations podcast. I am Ross McGoodwin, a Regional Vice President at DPL Financial Partners. Today, we will discuss how advisors can take advantage of the DPL membership to access cutting-edge tools and technology to help them grow their firms. I would like to introduce our guest, who is a membership consultant at DPL. Martin, thanks for joining us today.
Happy to be on. Appreciate having me here, Ross. Just ready to talk about some membership.
Absolutely. So Martin Nitzkin has been on the team for a while, and we'll let him go through really, his role here at DPL day to day. But I would like to also remind our listeners before we get into the discussion to please subscribe to this podcast on your favorite streaming app for updates. If anything we talk about today interests you, be sure to connect with a DPL consultant on our website, dplfp.com. So Martin, let us know how long you've been at DPL as a membership consultant. Really, what's your role here at the company? I think our audience would love to know.
Of course. I mean, just with the expansion that we're seeing and the growth of our platform and our strategic partnership, really developed this membership consultant role to just help spread the benefits of why RIAs are currently joining the platform. Been in this role for about just over a year now, and just love educating advisors and just spreading the news on how we're transferring these assets, but also just bringing about new alternative uses, especially in the fixed market right now.
Great. So Martin, as a membership consultant here at DPL, you're certainly one of our team members really looking to set the stage on what is the DPL membership? What are we here to provide for the RIA industry? Tell our audience, what is membership all about?
Of course. So want to back up at least real quick and say, so for, new listeners out here who might not know, so David Lau just has been known as a disruptor in this space and really just helping to, really revamp and repurpose products. He was on the team that helped develop one of the first low-cost variable annuities in existence. And then he developed the dream of having a platform of optionality and helping an advisor be objective, coming from a perspective of over 25 plus carriers. So in 2018, that's when we really started and expanded the membership platform and having accessible to advisors to just get access to this space and use us as almost like an annuity and insurance back office. But we're more than that, though. Obviously, coming from perspective of our technology, our team of consultants that we provide, helping over 3,500 firms currently right now, 10,000 plus advisors, just be as holistic as possible, even if they are fee only, don't have access to this space. That's how we're utilizing this platform now to just expand this marketplace and look into, helping to change any dead assets that might be out there from an annuity and insurance perspective, or just look into new uses right now or new money cases with how they've been revamped as an alternative, whether you're looking into income or protection right now. So that's why, again, want to emphasize we are over 3,500 firms right now. That's why RAs are seeking us as a partner in this space to just be a helping hand when they need us and really just revamp this industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it sounds like, we're certainly here to try to change an industry that needed changing, right? It's been commission driven for so long. So what have we helped change in terms of the access and the solutions themselves?
Yeah. So, talking about access, looking maybe I want to highlight again from a fee only perspective. Right now, yes, they can access if they want some fixed annuities to maybe help out with some protection right now from even a commissionable standpoint on those assets, but just helping to get access to the entirety of the umbrella of annuities out there from a fee only perspective. We cover, variable annuities, fixed index, even buffer solutions or our registered index linked annuities, just getting access to the whole umbrella of annuities, but also life insurance as well. We'll talk later on here about the life insurance desk and how that's expanded. But again, just highlighting and helping an advisor be as holistic as possible and, not having to outsource for a client and just gaining control of that whole client relationship and being their true advisor.
Yeah, so it sounds like, what we're looking to try to accomplish is, bring awareness and also access to fee-only solutions. And, overall, this industry has, as you said, been very commission driven. What changes with DPL, with membership, with either access to these products or how these products generally going to be more attractive to the end users?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you look at whether it be, because let me back up for a second, especially in the annuity marketplace, looking at the whole umbrella of annuities out there, we're going to be able to give access for RIAs, being fee only especially, and provide the licensing to get the whole marketplace of variable, fixed index, and even buffer strategies that we're seeing right now that I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about here in a second. But yes, once you repurpose these products and take out that commission, I mean, you'll see close to zero, actually zero, sometimes M&E on variable products, higher caps with index products right now, and just better guarantees overall, especially looking at a protection product like a fixed annuity coming from our MIGA marketplace. It actually updates daily. Just talking from a membership perspective, you can look into those products as solutions right now with the current conditions we're seeing, Ross.
Yeah, for sure. So it sounds like cost, rates are better. It's income strategy, higher guarantees, so more income. So those are some of the benefits. So if one of our listeners right now is fee only, you mentioned how we take care of the licensing here with our model. We also, of course, are trying to help our advisors grow their assets under management. So how do we make it possible for them to grow their business through this platform?
Yes. So let me back up as well and just talk about kind of the structure here. So looking at the compliance aspect, like you said, so we're going to be covering the licensing standpoint and the broker-dealer relationship. We have a relationship with the Leaders Group out in Colorado, but we become the agent of record. Whereas the RIA and the IRs associated, they become the advisor of record. So how this works is, I mean, they're like a third party to the contract. They're still managing the asset for their client. Mm-hmm. So, of course, going back to what we said on how these products become repurposed, of course, you're benefiting the client overall by making a change, whether looking at the perspective of a 1035. But yes, you are managing that asset as the advisor, still holding that client relationship. I mean, we usually see pretty standard 1%. It's up to the advisor, of course, what they're billing up to 1.5% with that private letter ruling we just talked about back in 2015.
Great. Yeah, no, that absolutely. We definitely want to help clients, but then potentially monetize these opportunities now with the changes that are possible through the structure that we've created.
Exactly. It's all organic growth. So
yeah, absolutely. And what does growth look like for most firms that grow the platform? What have you seen maybe on the high end or an average across most firms?
So in the first year, I mean, we are working with AUM as maybe even 0 to 50 range all the way to the big roll-up firms across the nation. But we see as an average across that industry, 15% AUM growth, especially not to mention about 16% of the client's wallet share are in these assets. So I'm sure we'll highlight here in a second our Breakaway Accelerator program. Maybe that actually would be a good segue here, Ross. But especially if you are actually wanting to complete that journey and go fee only, breaking away, we can help pull those assets under your AUM, become the agent of record, and just grasp that wallet share and still take control of the complete client relationship as you are the advisor with your RIA.
Yeah, I think it's a great point. So one of the big drivers for what we're providing here is, of course, a chance to transition your business. And first, we touched on the fact that we might be able to exchange old policies to fee only, and of course, make that transition and bring in that fee only AUM. But there also could be situations where we're trying to service old policies and maybe help maintain control of old commissionable contracts. So expand on that a little more. How does the Breakaway Accelerator program work? Who's a good fit? What have we seen so far with that new initiative?
Yep. So, I mean, just as we started this podcast here today and talked about the journey of how, carriers are realizing that advisors want to make this switch to becoming completely fee only, of course, just helps them have a little bit more control of their business and, just benefit the client overall by taking away the commission. So obviously advisors know that. And like I just said, carriers are recognizing that. So with this expansion and advisors wanting to leave, and just as I said, with 16% of the client's wallet share with these assets, you don't want to leave that business behind. So we, with our temp structure and providing the licensing to, still be able to have these policies under your RIA and being able to charge on these assets. We want to become agent of record, give you control of those assets, control the client relationship. Of course, we're going to look into whatever we can transfer to an advisory-based product to benefit the client, of course, and the firm overall with the valuation and how reoccurring revenue is valued more than the commission. That's probably another story for another podcast here, Ross. But yes. So for anything that we can't improve to fee only, we will look into becoming agent of record on the policy. Again, give you control of that asset, make you the advisor on that policy. So you don't have to worry about maybe like a wirehouse calling on your client, trying to incentivize them to make a switch. So we'll get you back your client relationship. And in turn as well, even if you're still receiving trails on those dead assets, we can talk about, our revenue share, our hiring on an advisor as the sub-advisor on the policy there to gain some of that revenue back from the past and still hire them on to manage that asset, just as we said here a second ago. I mean, it makes sense. You're managing the asset, managing the allocation year to year. So yeah, that's what we can do here with the Breakaway Accelerator program and really just help advisors, again, transition and complete that journey to a fee-only RIA.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's a new initiative we're really, trying to introduce more and more because there's a lot of advisors that are looking to break away, and that's the perfect opportunity to look at that service right there. So when you look at, this space, a lot of the complaints, of course, are that, it's very cumbersome to go through applications or go through evaluation or keep up with what's going on with an industry. How are we leveraging technology to be able to review situations for review or actually go through applications? What does this look like from a technology standpoint for those that are going to work with DPL?
Yeah. I mean, I'll approach this from two ways. I feel like there's kind of a two-part question here. I mean, just looking into the review process and the application process. Let's just start with the review process here. So as we already stated, the big book of our business is helping to transfer assets to advisory here. So we have tools on our website. Honestly, I wish I could screen share like I do with advisors here today and demo the tools here, but our annuity comparison calculator. That is something that gets probably the most use and utilization internally here at DPL, and also it's a self-service tool for advisors to use day to day. But that is a tool that's going to compare any variable annuity in existence. So compare any variable annuity in existence to the entirety of our platform. So not just compared to our variable solutions, but compared to fixed indexed,
right,
our fixed market, the buffer strategies that we alluded to a little bit. But anyway, so yes, we'll help to just scale and automate the whole review process to shop a whole marketplace at once. So you no longer have to worry about, going from carrier to carrier, calling each line here to find. And of course, we're going to uphold the fiduciary standard and find the best product that is out there. You can shop a whole marketplace at once. And not to mention as well, Ross, that actually cuts out the need for that carrier call.
Right.
Yes, as a fee-only advisor, if you have that broker-dealer relationship and looking into variable products, reaching out to the carriers and finding a solution for your client, again, you're going to have to involve the carrier and set up, a 15, 20-minute conversation for them to be involved with your client to make sure it's suitable for the situation at hand. But yes, we're shopping a whole marketplace. We cover the suitability by sending out PDFs that actually pre-fill the whole application as well once you get over to that step. So I think it's probably a good segue to get into that here, Ross, because we have just developed as well too. I mean, especially with how we've been seeing in previous years on, been a little bit a lengthy application process. So we have developed a whole application management tool. So once you actually place this business, you can search and shop all your clientele and get a live feed on where it is in the process. So just helping to automate that feature as well. Other tools as well. We have the guaranteed income calculator. That is big right now as we are seeing the highest payout rates we have on the platform that we've historically had. So, any contracts that might be underwater that, an advisor is looking at for review and probably wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole in the past, but now with the payout rates we're seeing and then, rising income as well in the commission-free environment. You're not going to be seeing that in the commissional environment. We can actually still beat underwater contracts in the first year with payout rates we're seeing. So that tool helps you shop the marketplace to get income quotes and again, shop the marketplace for, new solutions and help review old assets.
Yeah, definitely. That scalability is really important because even advisors who know the industry, they maybe don't know the fee-only part of the industry yet. So keeping up with what every carrier is up to, what they have available on the fee-only space, is tough to do if you're at it alone. So that's where we come in to give you the tools, technology to quickly shop an entire marketplace, find the right solution, but then actually execute on that in a scalable fashion. So that's what we're looking here to provide. So that makes total sense. Now, from a integration standpoint, we've established, the technology from a policy review standpoint is there, but we have a great partnership with Black Diamond. Tell the audience about that relationship and what integration can look like into their desktop.
Yep. So just as carriers noticed how, advisors are wanting to make this switch and, review any policies or look into, servicing old policies, Black Diamond is recognizing that this is an uptick as well. So they reached out, we established this partnership where we are helping to power the Advent insurance marketplace. So this is a single sign-on. It is in the client view dashboard of Black Diamond. You can go on there under the planning tab. You will have the insurance marketplace. But what we're seeing here is that we have, of course, all of our carrier partners and the ones who are looking into this Advent insurance marketplace. They are getting direct data feeds going into this dashboard here. So everything's going to be an enhanced data feed. No longer have to worry about DST and buy all. That can be a thing of the past. So just real-time views, account values, just helping just really organize and streamline this process. And of course, say that the eligible products, there's a lot on the platform, of course, for situations when you might have to be billing a separate asset.
Right.
That's going to be helping out with this enhanced data feed as it's all just be housed under Black Diamond. And then, of course, our tools are integrated on the software as well. So It's going to be pulling up any held away annuities out there. You can use the annuity comparison tool to, again, just shop the marketplace and have a conversation with your client to bring about some good news. Some transferring of assets should be taking place.
Yeah, it's great. We love having that level of integration for Black Diamond users. And if you use another platform, there could be, of course, some opportunities to also get really strong data feeds. Definitely want to highlight that partnership today. So with the tools and technology that we're looking to deliver for our firms, we've also recently launched the RISA, or the Retirement Income Style Awareness Tool. And I actually had a privilege to work with Wade Pfau a bit on solution mapping and figuring out what DPL solutions could fit into this resource. But we've noticed in the past that a lot of firms out there, they either assume their clients will never want an annuity or that every client needs an annuity. Of course, the answer is probably somewhere in between. So tell the audience a little bit about this resource and how advisors are using it right now to help provide clarity on their planning process.
Yeah, no, of course. So just as you said, another good partnership that's been recently established with Wade Pfau. This is a survey that clients can use to really just help self-identify right now with their retirement income preferences and just, really find out where an annuity may fit in the portfolio, given the current conditions right now we're seeing. So it's just a tool that's coming complimentary on the platform now. Can utilize it where you may see fit for a client who is just curious right now and wants to understand their income need and goals. So helping to self-identify with this survey that's been in years in the making.
Yeah, absolutely. It's only 15 questions. It allows them to figure out, are they more of a total return type client where they want max flexibility year to year, or would having guaranteed income in the plan really help them from a security standpoint and a consistency standpoint for their future? So really excited about that tool, and it's available through our website that we're continuing to get in front of everybody. So great resource there. And then we've talked a lot about annuities. Of course, with DPL, we also provide support on the insurance side, and specifically, life insurance, long-term care, disability. What does the life insurance desk look like here at DPL, and how have we changed this approach a little bit over the past few months?
Yeah. So, previously, of course, we really helped to expand in the variable and universal life space, but now we're helping with the expansion of our life insurance desk. It's headed by Amy Arnett on our team, but she's helping to shop the marketplace for any insurance need a client may have. So going back to, let's just loop in for an example, on how the Breakaway Accelerator program helps an advisor to gain the whole client relationship, maybe when leaving the broker dealer, being maybe a fee-only advisor who doesn't have the licensing to place these policies.
Yep.
We're going to shop the marketplace for the best solution because, again, variable universal life, those products have actually changed once you strip the commission from it. It's going to be pretty apples to apples for the entirety of the market, especially when you look into term. But we're going to place those policies for you. Again, just be as holistic as possible as an advisor can be and cover the insurance side. As we've already talked about annuities, we can help the insurance side as well.
Yeah, definitely important to help them still control the client experience and not have to refer it out to a competitor who may also provide planning or may not be on the exact same page about their role in the relationship. So you're definitely excited that we can expand out the life insurance desk more, cover all types of products and solutions out there, and we'll take a best available standard to find the right solution no matter where it is. Definitely excited about that expansion there. So anyone who maybe hasn't in our audience, joined DPL yet, what does the process look like in terms of evaluating the platform, signing up, next steps in those first few months? What's the typical journey for a member?
Yeah, of course. So just as we try to automate and make it streamlined as possible with reviewing and then just covering the actual product side, just getting into the membership and getting started up is a real simple process. So with me being a membership consultant, you can go on the website, reach out to consultant. You'll find your certain person for a call, just to introduce the platform, tell the story again, and just find the benefits and get a summary and just figure out next steps. But we help to plan and really just plan an effective rollout with this membership. So once you're ready to sign up, we'll have an onboarding meeting real quick. Will be recorded as well because we know, not every advisor out there can make every single meeting. But of course, you'll meet your team lead. Ross, you're a regional vice president. You cover, the South and Minnesota and Wisconsin of all places. But anyway, you would be leading the onboarding call, get introduced to the lead of the relationship. Then you're going to be meeting your internal consultant. So just as I said, no longer have to deal with calling the carrier line. That's going to be your day-to-day contact. You'll have their direct line to talk about case design whenever you may need and just have quick meetings at your leisure there. But meet the internal consultant, get set up with the platform, whatever integration software as far as portfolio management you may be using. And again, just plan an effective rollout. We also do 6-month reviews. So just as we said, we're going to be servicing assets as far as the Breakaway Accelerator program, looking into assets that might be deep in surrender. We're going to continually service those, and we're going to look once they come due, because the main goal with this platform is to transfer whatever we can to advisory. I mean, I don't know the exact number, but looking especially in the annuity space, I mean, it is a $3 trillion, $3.5 trillion industry, something like that along the lines. But the end goal is to just help the advisors transfer all those assets we can to advisory, just to benefit the client and the firm.
Absolutely. No, we definitely want to put a little bit of some actual formalized steps around everything and not just a reactive relationship, but a proactive one. So that definitely is a key concept that we're always trying to introduce for our firms. So overall, we definitely have covered what's been changing with the membership, with technology, some new resources today. What else should advisors be thinking about for 2023? Why is the membership such a good opportunity, especially right now?
Yeah. So I think this is a good time to actually bring up, probably the fastest growing solutions we're seeing in the market right now, which is our buffer strategies. Actually have a lot of names to them, also known as a registered index linked annuity. But experts are seeing right now that this is probably going to be a pretty sideways or flat type market. So just bringing about strategies that are going to have protection and the downside. Obviously, maybe looking into, other type buffer solutions. We have a solution that has, 10% protection all the way to 40% protection the downside, and then, caps on the upside, but different segmentations as well to the products on, you can actually be in the positive and getting some returns in a down market as well now with these solutions. So just an alternative use right now for getting some fixed returns and a fixed portion of the portfolio, and even, our MYGA marketplace. Probably been hearing a lot on this podcast and highlighting the benefits of that. But again, just protected product, getting guaranteed return and just looking at durations now from 2 to 10 years. So especially for someone maybe trying to get out of the bank channel or just looking at how rates have been changing, of course. Using the MYGAs right now as just a protection strategy and just getting some guaranteed returns, and not to mention in the back end, some tax deferral being annuities.
Yep.
So that's definitely what we're seeing advisors gravitate towards. I like to always bring up, this is a community here at DPL. Again, there's over 3,500 RIAs, currently over 10,000 advisors. So you'll really get updates from the platform on strategies that are working right now in the portfolio. Because it's funny, with this environment that we're seeing, even the most conservative clientele right now, they're seeking protection just with the uncertainty that we're seeing day to day with this coming year.
Absolutely. And then, guaranteed income, what does that look like right now?
Bringing about, again, highest payout rates that we're seeing, even in first year, if you're not deferring, going back to the story of contracts that might be underwater. I know that's talking from a 1035 perspective, but just because we're getting those payout rates and those rising income associated with performance of the account there, just having these solutions really just help the income side and bring about a better overall experience for the client.
Yeah, we're at all-time highs on payout rates, so it's a perfect time to be taking a look and seeing how this could help the portfolio. And if you remember from earlier, we referenced the guaranteed income analysis tool. Great way to take a peek, see what income can look like right now for your clients and how efficient this may be versus investing alone. So definitely encourage the audience to check that out and play around with some numbers on some real situations. So Martin, really appreciate you joining today. Certainly covered a lot about the membership. It's great how much we can accomplish, but it's also nice that we do have a process that's formalized to figure out how each and every member can find value right away, because not every member is the exact same. Even though there's 3,500 out there, firms working with us, everyone's a little different. And Martin and I are here to make sure that you get a customized rollout that's going to maximize your opportunities there. So Martin, thanks for joining the show, and look forward to talking to you next time.
Yeah, pleasure for having me on today, and just happy to be talking about DPL and what we can do as a strategic partner in the annuity and insurance space, finally from a fee-only advisory perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks to everyone for being on with us today. And again, let's connect at dplfp.com and subscribe for more episodes anywhere you listen to podcasts. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thanks for listening. To hear more advisor revelations, go to dplfp.com and subscribe on your favorite podcast streaming app.